Hey class, this is Professor Zilke. So for this quarantine video, I'm gonna have you guys talk about food because obviously with all the rules and regulations, getting food and consuming food and kind of the choices that you make, I think is really interesting right now because we can't get everything that we want. And so I think the things that people prioritize is really interesting. So I am in my kitchen right now and we are going to look and see kind of what I'm consuming during this quarantine. Okay, I feel like before I get into this, I need to address the giant, or not giant, regular size posters all over my kitchen. Yes, these are old posters from Disneyland rides because my husband's birthday was last weekend, and so I recreated Disneyland for him in our apartment, which I know is super dorky, but yeah, that's why that's here. I'll probably take them down at some point, but yeah, that's why my walls are covered with like different vintage like Disneyland printouts that I printed on my computer. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing that I have to have during this quarantine is yogurt. We have been eating so much yogurt. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, it's like been using it for, we have plain yogurt. We've got weird lime yogurt. We have weird vanilla yogurt. We've got, I think this is maple yogurt. I don't even know. And I think we also have, yeah, like Trader Joe's. Yeah, we have a lot of yogurt. We might have a problem. The next thing I have a lot of is canned beans and canned tomatoes. We also have some coconut milk up there. We also have a bunch that it's like stored under one of our cupboards that we like have a lot of. But yeah, we have a lot of this stuff. I use it a lot. I'm actually gonna be making hummus for my recipe video. So yeah, we just been using a lot of canned tomatoes and a lot of canned beans. Down here is the next very common thing that we have stockpiled, which is rice. We've got this rice, we've got this rice, I think we have more rice down here. Oh yeah, we have this rice. Don't judge me with the alcohol, I'm sorry. Okay, it's quarantine, I'm doing the best I can. Okay, and then the last thing that I have a lot of is lemons. I actually have a lot more than I should because we went to Trader Joe's and got food, and then we also did a Whole Foods order and also got lemons in that order. So I have a lot of lemons. As far as foods that I've had a hard time finding, I feel like in the last couple weeks, most of those foods have been available. So I'm thinking things like pasta, canned tomatoes, all that stuff was really hard to find like week 1 through 4, and I feel like now most stores are stocking that stuff. I know it's still hard to find things like flour and yeast. I haven't run out of flour yet, but if I do, that might be an issue. But again, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, that's about it. I feel like for the most part, the store's been pretty stocked at this point, but who knows if that's going to change in the future. I've definitely been cooking a lot more since the quarantine. I haven't got to the level of like making my own bread yet. I know a lot of people are doing that, and kudos to you, that's awesome. But I've mostly been just buying my own bread. But I have been making banana bread, which has been really good, which is honestly more like a dessert because I put like chocolate chips in it. But that's been really good, and obviously hummus that I'm gonna show you. But yeah, most other things, like I can get what I need. So I haven't been experimenting too much with different recipes. So this is the banana bread I was talking about making. It's really good, but it is, honestly, it's just cake. It's like chocolate banana bread with chocolate chips, and it's delicious. But I definitely did not go like the healthy route with my baking. Maybe that will be like week or month like 3 or something. I'll actually get into making something a little bit more healthy. The big thing I'm looking forward to once this quarantine is over is definitely going out and getting food. Obviously, I know we can like still get takeout and stuff, and I We do that maybe like once or twice a week, but for the most part we're eating inside because we're trying to like really stick with the quarantine rules. But I am really looking forward to being able to like get street tacos and being able to go to restaurants and able to go to happy hour. So that I'm looking forward to that once things calm down a bit. Step one, you're gonna need all your ingredients. So I have my lemon, as we've discussed before. I have plenty of them. I have my, what are these? Garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever. I've got some tahini. I've got some garlic. Now, I know there are some diehards that will not use pre-minced garlic. I get you. I'm just lazy. Then we have some olive oil, and then we have some salt and pepper. Okay, so we're gonna add a smidgeroo of some baking soda to this pan, and we're gonna bring it to a boil, and then we're gonna be adding our chickpeas. Okay, so while my water is coming to a boil, I'm actually gonna get my garlic kind of figured out. So I've got my garlic, there we go, add it in there. I don't have a measurement, I'm just gonna add a little bit, there we go. Okay, and then I have a lemon that I juiced, so I'm just gonna add that here. And apparently, according to the recipe that I'm using, the lemon will break down the garlic or something. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not sure if it's actually real, but that is how I make my garlic taste good, I guess. Okay, so my water and baking soda is starting to boil, so I'm going to add my chickpeas. And these have just been rinsed and drained. Again, I could make my own from like dry beans, but I'm lazy. But I'm sure it would taste much better if I did that. And I'm just gonna let these boil for about 20 minutes, and then they're going to kind of fall apart, and that's gonna make the hummus really creamy. Okay, so now that my garlic has been sitting in the lemon for a bit, I'm gonna add my tahini, and I'm probably gonna add about 1/4 cup. And I can always add more later, but I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so I have my tahini in there, and then I also have some ice water, which is literally just a little thing with ice and water. So apparently I'm supposed to add the ice water slowly and process it, and it should get creamy. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully this works. Okay, so this is after the first blending. Yeah, it kind of looks like cookie dough. It does not smell like cookie dough. So I'm gonna add some more water and probably some olive oil, and we'll see if we can get it looking more creamy. I don't know if you can tell, but it is actually looking a lot better. It looks slightly less like cookie dough now. So now that that's all blended, I'm just waiting for my chickpeas to heat up and cook a little, and then I will be adding those pretty soon. So my chickpeas have been boiling for about 10 minutes now, and you can start to notice that the skins are starting to come off, and that's what I'm looking for. So in another 5 minutes or so, they'll probably be good to go, and then I'm just gonna cool them, rinse them to get the baking soda off, and then I'll be ready to finish up my hummus. Okay, so I have my beans drained. I've rinsed off all the baking soda, and now we are gonna add it to our tahini mix, and hopefully this is gonna taste good. Okay, so we're actually a couple hours later because I got distracted, but we've got the cooked chickpeas added to my tahini mix. So I'm going to add some more lemon juice and some salt and pepper, and we're going to blend this up and see what we get at the end of it. This is the final result. It's nice and creamy and delicious. I added some more lemon and some more salt and pepper to it. But yeah, that's how I make my hummus. Oh, and last thing, yes, I do have slightly purple hair. I feel like that's like a rite of passage with quarantine. You either like give yourself bangs or you dye your hair a different color. So yeah, that's me. I think it should wash out. It might not. So I might have purple hair for a while, but yeah, that is how I am coping. Hope you guys are doing good, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.